Hallowy. Hallo Smiley. Alles goedie? Even kijken. Let me see. Alright, that seems to work. What's up, Barb? I heard you were finished with Warzone. Yes, I am. I uninstalled it again. How's everybody doing? Let's switch the camera here. So I opened my cabinet this time, Barb. So hopefully the mic will stay well this evening. Warzone is toxic. Yes, that too. I don't think it's a bad game. It isn't. It's a good game, but it's just not for me. Every time I play it, it makes me mad, frustrated, grumpy, raging, and that's like the opposite what you want to achieve with playing video games. You want to have a good time, and I'm certainly not having a good time. At least I gave it a try again by installing it again, but after a week playing it, no. I had to... What game is not toxic these days? Like every Battlefield game? That's a great community right there. Thank you, Barb. You're making me blush already. I haven't even started yet. Welcome to yet another late night cooking show. Live from the Netherlands. Today we're gonna make a vegetarian dish. And don't get me wrong, I love fish, I love all kinds of meat, but I also like certain vegetarian dishes. Today we'll be making spring rolls, but instead of doing like the classic Vietnamese spring roll, which usually obtains like chicken, we're gonna make a vegetarian styled spring roll with goat cheese, a mix of goat cheese, walnuts, spinach, and honey. And then we're gonna like decorate the plate with some fresh spinach, like raw. We're not gonna stir fry it or anything. Like a little blanket where the spring roll will lay on. And we're gonna decorate that with some cherry tomatoes from the oven, baked in the oven like briefly. And I got some dates with that. And we're also gonna caramelize some apple to top that off. It's gonna be delicious. Now this might sound difficult, but it's really not. It's really easy to make, but you just need to know how to do it. So that's why I'm here tonight to show you guys. Let's go catch up with chat here. Barb hasn't played Warzone in a long time. Well, keep it that way, Barb. I was lurking your stream. Well, no, I wasn't lurking. No, that's not correct. I was watching back one of your streams just to see what you were up to, you know. I think you were playing Cold War Zombies. Yeah, you were playing Cold War Zombies. I have a full day of flirting, so I can't warm up. Oh, you still have to warm up. What's up, Tank Booster? Tank Booster recognizes the Rocket League music. Isn't it? Is it too loud or too soft? Maybe I decided to keep it playing in the background. Rocket League has really nice music, copyright free. So I decided for the cooking shows just to run Rocket League in the background, so you guys have like a background music. It's good. All right. Maybe after I'm done cooking, Tank, we can play some games on that. I'm looking forward to do after all the Cold War, all the Warzone violence and raging. I'm craving for a more casual game, even though Rocket League can be quite competitive too. But you know what I mean. You know, it's more of a game where you can kind of sit back and relax a little bit, you know, instead of having to focus all the time on shooting guys and such. I like zombies. It's nice, and I love playing it with my girlfriend. Nice, Barb, nice. Shoot, who doesn't like to shoot zombies? I am enjoying Warzone lately. I haven't played it for months before I started to play again. In all honesty, Smil, when I reinstalled it like 1.5 weeks ago, the first couple of days I was also enjoying it, mainly because most of the hackers and cheaters were gone. But eventually, you know, and when I uninstalled it, I wasn't even raging about it. The moment where I decided, all right, it was more like, what am I doing? I went to the gulag. The round started, the 1v1. I shot the guy like to 2% health without he not even hitting me once. Then he jumped into cover. Then he popped out again. We started shooting at each other again. But this time he shot me better than I did. And then I died. And I was like, huh? But I just shot him for like a lot of health. I nearly killed him, you know. And then I saw the kill cam where his health bar was like this, like one more scratch and he would have been dead on the first time I shot him. But he regained his health in the kill cam, and then he killed me because the second time we engaged each other, he shot me a little bit more than I did him, you know. In my opinion, that's not my game. I prefer, you know, especially with shooters, whoever is the better player should win. And the way Call of Duty and especially Warzone is designed, it still gives the lesser players a chance to win, from like to be victorious over the better players. Of course, if you're not a good player, then that's like a plus, you know. But if you're better than your opponent and you still lose because the way the game's designed, that just gets me really frustrated, and I don't like that. We should play Warzone. Well, not with me, Tank Buster. Low battery, have to change the device. Alright, Tank Buster. I go where I hit the guy 3 times and the time ran out and we both did not get back in the game. Oh shit. Like, why? Why? You know? It's frustrating. Let's get to the cooking. I'm gonna show you the ingredients. I already mentioned it. They're already like over here in the list. But let's have a look. Flip my camera here. So this is not all the spinach I'm gonna use, but simply couldn't fit more in the bowl. Goat cheese, of course, we're gonna fill it with goat cheese. So I got 3 slices of 125 grams, should be enough. Total of 375. We're gonna slice that up in chunks. Then we're gonna chop up some of these walnuts, make them like a little bit smaller. We're not gonna use all of that. We're gonna save a couple for garnishing after. Also, I'm gonna put the spinach through the mix, and same story as with the walnuts. We're gonna save some, so the spring roll can lay inside of, or I mean on top of the spinach. We're also gonna mix some honey through that filling. Then we're gonna go ahead and make the caramelized apple. Can be tricky, but if you pay attention to it, then you should be good. You know, the sugar can, once it starts burning, it goes really fast. Even if it's slightly burnt, it gets really bitter. So you gotta be on top of that. But it's just you just gotta pay attention to that. We'll make that after we finished up on rolling the spring rolls. And I'm also got some beautiful cherry tomatoes over here. And we're gonna bake them shortly in the oven so they get nice and soft. And I don't know, it just has a really nice flavor if you bake them a little bit. For the garnishing, I got the dates. I got some leftover dates. I ate goat cheese salad a couple of days ago with dates. So I was like, oh, there's still dates in the fridge, so I'm going to use that for this recipe. For the caramel, we need sugar and butter. There, you can also make like with water. That's usually the way they prepare caramel sauce. But we're not making a caramel sauce. We want a caramel basis for the apple. We'll get to that later on. First, we're going to start off with filling a small pan over here. If you got a frying pan, you can use that. I could recommend not using animal fat in your frying pan for this recipe. It's better to use sunflower oil. Last time I deep fried something, I thought it was, I made like crunchy chicken. I fried that, deep fried that in sunflower oil as well. So I'm gonna start adding the sunflower oil to the pan. Not too much, just so the spring roll is like completely in the sunflower oil. A little bit more. We'll put that through a sieve after we're done, so we can reuse the oil, so we don't have to throw it away. Which isn't like really that important, I guess, because sunflower oil is like really cheap. You can buy like a bottle, a liter sunflower oil for only like 70 cents. So I'm gonna put this on the stove, start heating that up. I'm also got the oven preheated at 180 degrees Celsius. That will be for the tomatoes. If you think it's a shame or a waste to use up your gas just for some tomatoes, you can put the cherry tomatoes like the way they are on top of your dish. They don't necessarily have to be baked. Let's catch up with chat here again. So I got my oil right now on the fire. That's some good cheese. Yes, it is. I know a lot of people, like with goat cheese, it's either you love it or you hate it, you know? Just like with coriander. You either love it or hate it. I only like the soft goat cheese. Sometimes they're kind of intense. I don't prefer that, you know. I like them to be nice and soft in flavor. Those are the best. Alright, let's roll up the sleeves here. You can also put them in the deep fryer, and that prevents you to use gas. Yes, but I don't have a deep fryer. But you're correct. You can also put the sunflower oil in your deep fryer. Just preferably don't use animal fat to fry it in. But yeah, if you got yourself a deep fryer and you got some sunflower oil, just put the sunflower oil in there. If you don't have a deep fryer, you can do it like I do. And that's just put a pan of sunflower oil on the stove and you're good to go. I don't use animal fat or meat, don't worry. I know, Barb, I know. Even though I eat meat, I don't use that either. I'm not a fan of like fried stuff, like in the animal fat. Every now and then I order at the snack bar. A snack bar that's like where you can, kind of like McDonald's, but then just more with Dutch deep fry basically anything. Preferably in animal fat. Alright, let's make some room here, because we're going to start off by making the filling for the spring rolls. So don't need that yet. So this will probably go a whole lot quicker than last show. Whoever was here last show knows that we were waiting a lot of time for the milfeu to be ready. This one will actually go pretty quick. I reckon it's going to be like maybe an hour of cooking. So it's going to be a short episode. I'm going to start off cutting up some of the walnuts with my fancy knife. Still really happy my father gave that to me. And just to make them a little bit smaller, you know, so you just chop them up like randomly a little bit. So you don't have to like the really large walnut in your filling. You can use the walnut as a whole for the garnishing later, but for the filling I recommend like kind of chopping it up a little bit. I already created the recipe for this dish and posted it on my Discord this afternoon. So if you at the end think like, wow, this looks really nice, I'm gonna want to try this myself, you can take the recipe from the Discord. It's in the vegetarian section in the recipe database. Dubbing, what's up? Careful with your fingertips, it would be pity. I can't even remember the last time I cut my fingers, Barb. I can't even remember. And also, I always say, when it comes to like hurting yourself during the cooking, I rather cut myself really with a really sharp blade to have like a clean cut in your finger than burning myself on something. Like a fine sharp mesh that cuts through your finger, the wound like heals way better than when you burn yourself. Or even worse than burning yourself is if you cut yourself with a bread knife like this. It just fucks up your skin and all the tissue underneath your skin. But yeah, I can't remember the last time I cut myself. So, we sliced up some walnuts. How are you doing, Dubbing? Wait, let's bring out some chickens here. We got Dubbing for life. I consider Dubbing as a friend now. We know each other back from Mixer. He became a mod at one point. And even though we never met in real life, I consider him as a friend. Tankbuster over here, he's been a friend of mine for like really, really long. Fun fact, Tankbuster slept on my kitchen floor once back in the old house. But that's a different story. And we also got Ethan in the house, aka Mr. Cupguard. Don't fear, Ethan the medic is here. How are you doing, Cupguard? Dubbing is doing good. Happy to hear that. Last week it was Dubbing's birthday. He's even an older motherfucker right now. The good old kitchen floor story. Yeah, I'll probably be telling that to the people in chat for like 2 years from now. Still be telling that. So, chopped up some of the walnuts. We saved a little bit for the garnishing later. So, now, goat cheese. So, whoever used to cut goat cheese before, you might have experienced that it's kind of silly to do because it sticks to your knife. I got a little handy tip for that. Just grab a bucket or a bowl or something where your knife can fit in, at least most part of your knife, and fill it with some hot water. And that will make it really easy to cut the goat cheese. And it doesn't stick to your knife, you know? I'm good, Cupguard. Thank you. Thanks for tuning in again. 6 more, Cupguard. We're almost there at the lasagna. Another fun fact, me and Cupguard, we, I don't know, 30 episodes ago or so, Cupguard here, he was talking about, episode 69. 69, that's a fancy number. I think Barb would agree that 69 is a nice number. So we're like, alright, it's a special episode 69. Right now we're at 63, so we're nearly there. So we were talking throughout the episodes, what are we going to do with episode 69? Because it's such a fancy number, you know? So eventually we decided to make a lasagna for episode 69. Because it's layered, get it? 6 more, let's go. This is definitely not fake goat cheese. So, you got like in the supermarket, you got a section with like all the pre-packed cheese. That's like the fake cheese. But you also have a section where you have like the fresh cheese, straight from the farm or like wherever they make it, you know. So it doesn't go to the wat is nou weer fabriek? It doesn't go to the factory first, you know. It's just straight from the farm, this one. Alright, so I need like a bucket of hot water or something where I can fit my knife in. Let's see. Let's just use this one. So I'm grabbing some hot water. It started at 23, I think. Episode 69, Cook and Eat with Barb. I bet you would like that. Cupcot is gonna get his first 69, let's go! I'm gonna slap your face so hard if you miss episode 69 because you're doing other stuff, Cupcot. What's up, Martin? I hope all's well on your end. You know. So, right here I got the bowl of hot water. I'm just dipping my knife, like the top of my knife, in it. See? Nice and clean. And then you dip it again into the hot water, like that. Now, as you can see, like I couldn't dip the knife in the lower part of the knife, so right here it sticks to the knife. So you can really see what I mean by doing so. Like on the top of the knife, I can take the cheese off quite easily. Unfortunately, I don't have a bigger bowl than this one. Well, I do, but they're all in the dishwasher right now. Martin! Everything is okay? Okay, I'm happy to hear that, Martin. I hope everything goes well with arranging stuff. Probably won't miss episode 69. Alright, I'm happy to hear that, Cupcot. Otherwise, any other mod will slap you with the slap command for at least another 3 months. For not showing up at 69, you know. I can hear the music myself too. I must say, it's quite motivating while you cook. I decided, like, normally I only play the music in the intro and in the outro when I go offline, right in the end of the stream. But today I was like, why not just play it throughout the stream? It's copyright free anyway, so. Is there a slap command? Yes, there is. There's a kiss cam command. There. Are you slapping yourself? Who's in the kitchen? I am, Bubble. How the fuck are you? Can we get a shouty for Bubble? Definitely, by far, the most funniest guy on Twitch. If you have a bad day, you feel grumpy, your mother-in-law is visiting later on the day, just drop by at Bubbles for at least a couple of minutes. I'll guarantee you, in those, even if you're only there for a couple of minutes, he'll make you laugh. Guaranteed. Chicken farm approved. Thank you, Cupcot. Decorated the house. Wait, decorated the... I don't see the emote on that, Martin. Decorated the something today. It's very beautiful. I don't use command on people's when I don't know what they say. Ah, well, I'll make it easy for you, Barb. Let's see. Commands. There you go. Alright, so I don't need the hot water anymore. Let me clean my knife real quick. Of course, you can do that, Barb. That's what the commands are for. If it's the mother-in-law, hide the good wine and get wine. That's horrible, Bubble. Wine in a box, but I guess it suits pretty well for giving it to your mother-in-law. So, mixing the goat cheese. Something I haven't showed yet, one of the ingredients. I did that on purpose. Otherwise it will dry out too quick. It's the Filo Pastry, but I'm gonna go ahead and take it out right now. So I got some Filo Pastry over here. Filo Pastry, that's like really thin sheets of pastry. It's being used for the spring rolls we're making right now. But it's also, for example, being used for Turkish baklava. I don't know if you guys know what baklava is. I think I did it in episode 2. Yeah, I did. It's like really thin pastry. Very delicious. Very versatile. You don't necessarily have to make like a meal out of it, like a hot meal. You can also use it to create sweets, like baklava. The reason why I didn't take it out yet is because, well, it's got to defrost just a little bit, not too much, and that will go pretty fast. Hold on, I need to clean my board here. So right now it's still frozen. I'm gonna take another knife for that. I'm out of kitchen paper, guys, so just do like this. Hoppa! Oh, Jamona and Barb are on the kiss cam, let's go. I used to have sounds too for that, but somehow they stopped working. The coffin I decorated today is very beautiful. Ah, alright Martin. Did you do it alone or maybe with nieces or sisters or brothers? Or just you? I see people are after the barn heist. Let's go. Earn those chickens, guys, while we cook. Gotta free the chickens. Let's see, I never used this brand before, so I got to see where the fold is. Or is it like a rectangular sheet? No, it's a squared sheet. That's good, but it's like folded together. So we gotta wait a little bit. So while we wait for this pastry to defrost, I'm gonna go ahead and do some other stuff. I need a little bowl. I got one egg over here. That will kind of operate as a glue, as you will. To let when you roll up the spring roll, the egg white will kind of like be a sort of a glue that keeps it together. So once you start frying it, it doesn't like open up and all your filling will be through the sunflower oil, you know. But I only need the egg white, so. Oh, I said only egg white. The egg didn't listen. It's a stubborn egg. Guess a little bit won't matter. Apparently the dogs got my cheeks. Oof. Rest in peace, Barb's cheeks. Dubbing is like, let me check the new chicken arc. The reason what it's being used for is hardly accomplished. Damn, that could be anything, dubbing. But you know, dubbing, from experience, the first hint is always kind of cryptic. But it doesn't make it less true. Alright, so we got that. Let's have another look at the pastry. No, not yet. Alright, then we're gonna go and do other stuff. apple. Let's cut that up in slices. Cut it in half. And I got a kind of weird way of cutting my my apples. But it only works when you want like half slices. I'm cutting it like in the middle, like that. And you want like half slices about like 2 centimeters thick. God knows exactly what size that is. God is like, why me? Why did you mention my name? Why not somebody else? I don't know. You were the first one that popped into my mind. Oh, ooh. I gotta watch out with this knife. It's like really sharp. Did you show yours at CupGod? Tankbuster, you fuck. I want to say thanks to everybody who's here for showing up again. I appreciate it. Every time I do another cooking show, I enjoy it even more than the last time I did it. And some of you that have been around for a long while now at the chicken farm might have noticed that I'm doing it more frequently. So, like at first it was once every 2 weeks, but right now we're like 2 to 3 times in 1 week. Alright, so the pastry is nearly there. Oh, beautiful. Sometimes they sell these like as in a rectangular shape, but you want them preferably to be squared. Makes it easier to roll. And once I'll show you guys how to roll a spring roll, you know why I say that. So I'm looking for the middle sheet here. I think it's this one. So don't pull it off like you're having sexy time in a hard way. Just be gentle with it. Alright, so this is the tricky part. Well, I don't think it's tricky, but you just gotta know how to do it. So put it in front of you, like diagonally, diagonal, or like with playing cards in a club. Alright, so let's roll the first one. Take a bit of the spinach and put it on the lower part, like close to you, closest to you, like that. Yes. Then take a little bit of your goat cheese filling. Roll it up like that. Alright. Now, take the bottom point. Roll it over your filling. But go halfway, like that. Yes. Now, take the side over here and fold it inwards. Like that. And then continue rolling until you reach the top part. And this last part, that's what we need the egg for. Just put your finger in there. That's what she said. Rub it in a little bit. So this is kind of like a glue. The place where I used to work, the restaurant, we had this on the menu. Well, not exactly like this, but similar. But like rolling the spring rolls, that's like the same deal. I used to do like 50, maybe sometimes even 100 of these a day. I had to roll 100 spring rolls a day. And I never got bored of it. Because it's like a, you know, you're really doing something, you're creating something with your own hands. What I also do, I make sure that the sides are closed pretty well. Because if you start frying it in the deep fryer, or in this case, the pan with sunflower oil, if you don't close it up good enough, then you start frying it, then all the cheese will spill out. And then you'll have one big mess and a spring roll without the filling. Now, let's repeat the process. That's one. With the amounts I put in the ingredients list on the right, I think I should be able to create around 10 to 12 of these spring rolls. So, here we go again. Let me check chat real quick. Told you to be careful, yeah. It nearly happened, Barb. Like, the knife was so sharp, it was like, I'm going every direction I want. Otherwise, I would need a kiss. Need to go and kiss your boo-boos. I'm going to switch a device again. Oh, enjoy your cigar. Tankbuster. Don't forget, man. Explanation cigar. I'm going to lurk a bit while playing zombies. Alright, have fun, Barb. Go slay those zombies. Appreciate the lurk. Appreciate you hanging out. I appreciate the conversations. And yeah. Go get those zombies. Go get them, Tiger. If a woman has to tell you where to put your finger, you are doing something wrong. Definitely. I won't argue with that. But I got quite skilled handwork after all these years of cooking. Just saying. Alright. That one is a little bit smaller, so the next one I have to put in a little bit more filling. Like, if you would have had, like, if these sheets were rectangle, then it's like the process is harder because it's not squared. You can never place it in front of you as a club-sized sheet, you know. Just you can like roll it differently, but like squared sheets are just a little bit more easier to process. So I'm gonna pick up the pace here. I showed you guys how to do it on the first one. I'm just gonna get on with it right now. Turn up the speed, just like the music is turning up the speed right now. So this part is the most work. After this, it's all like tic-tac-toe stuff. And obviously, I'm not gonna eat all of this tonight. It's let's see, 9:30. I already had my dinner earlier tonight, but this will be on our menu tomorrow. My girlfriend's sister will eat over here with us, but I will prepare one plate of it after we're done here, and I'm gonna make the plate like a starter, because you can also create a starter out of it. So we'll make like a small plate. I got the nice little bowl over here. We'll put it in there. Of course I'll eat it, but the rest goes into the fridge, and that's for tomorrow. So I'm only gonna like deep fry one of them, and the rest goes into the fridge for tomorrow. So I don't have to do all this stuff tomorrow, I just can do other stuff. Can I have some? Yes, Martin. You can make this yourself. You don't necessarily have to use the goat cheese and the spinach and the walnuts. You can use whatever filling you like, Martin. it doesn't necessarily have to be hartig. Het kan ook zoet zijn. You can use sweet as well, like chocolate. Or I made these ones with Dutch chocolate sprinkles inside and some peanuts. And I can tell you right now, that was delicious. That's a great thing about these kind of dishes, you know, these kind of recipes. It has their classical recipes, but because the way you prepare it, you can give it your own twist, you know. Apfelstrudels, I made apfelstrudel once on stream. I think it was episode 50. I'm pretty sure it was episode 50. Oh really? So this is like a special moment. I don't know. That makes it extra enjoyable for me to make for you, Martin. That's so cool. And the coincidence too. Quite the coincidence. What did she use to put inside as a filling, Martin, when she made it? Or did she go like different styles too? Even de afzuigkap aanzetten. Some other cheese? Oh, nice. Just cheese or other stuff too? I guess if the cheese is really good, you don't need anything else as a filling. Like Gruyere or so. Oh, of Manchego. Manchego, that's goat cheese too. No, that's not true. That's sheep. Cheese from sheep, like the Spanish cheese, Manchego. But sometimes sweets. I think both are equally delicious. Yeah, if you ever... I don't know if you're still in quarantine, Martin, but... just buy yourself some Filo Pastry. And some chocolate sprinkles. Only with chocolate sprinkles you really have to really have to close them good, you know? Make sure nothing can escape from the inside, you know? Otherwise your frying pan will be one big mess. Oh, this one is broken. Oh, that doesn't matter. We can fix that. We can fix that. Like that. Spinach. Oh! I just realized I forgot to add the honey to the walnut and cheese mix. I forgot to add the honey. So I think I'm gonna just instead use the honey in the end to kind of like drape the spinach in. You're out of quarantine? Alright, get yourself some Filo Pastry then. We need the next package, because we rolled all of them. So we got, let's see, I think I'll make more than just 12. So these are 8 spring rolls. So that means there are 8 more sheets in this package. I think I got like, I think maybe 6 more. Spring roll pyramid. Yes. So if you don't use all the sheets, and you got like leftover sheets, and you don't want to throw it away, if you just put it back in the package like that and back into the fridge, the pastry will dry out, and it makes it impossible the next time you're going to use it to like fold it or roll it. So I another tip I can give you, if you got some leftover sheets, take like a kitchen towel, like this. So not the ones where you dry your hands on, and make it slightly wet. So, well, not wet, but like moist, a little bit moist, and wrap that around the sheets instead of like just putting it back in the package without anything around it, you know. Then the pastry will dry out, and next time you'll take it out of the freezer, you know, you can't roll it, because then once you start rolling it, it like breaks, and that's, yeah, it's not, you can't make anything out of that. Paper towel, yes. Is that what you call it in English? When I think about paper, oh, hold on, I was already dipping my fingers in the egg. When I think about paper, then yeah, I think about paper. So you call this a paper towel? That's weird. That's really weird. But why am I still surprised? You British people, man. You British people. Yeah, but you... Hold on. Maybe I have a different one I can show. Hold on. Maybe this is a better example. Yes. Like this. So this is not to clean your hands with. This is like to dry, if you don't have a dishwasher, this the towel you use to dry your dishes after washing the dishes. Those kind of towels. So not like, they're like flat, they don't have little hairs and stuff. You also call it towels? Okay, and how do you call something like with more structure in it, like this? How do you call this? So this is not like smooth. This is like with a pattern in it, like the texture is like more hairy. You also call it a towel. Okay. We call this handdoek, towel, handdoek, and we call this kokendoek, kitchen towel. And there's a difference between that. But don't use, just use a towel that's smooth, so it doesn't have like little hairs in it as such. I don't know how to explain. Yeah, that's we call that keukenpapier, paper, kitchen paper, if you translate that literally. But there is a significant difference between those two towels I just showed. One is like really for drying dishes, and the other one is like for drying your hands with. Ba-da-bam. Ba-da-da-dam, bam, bam. Bow, bow, bow. Ba-da-da-dam, dam. Classic Rocket League tune over here. Right, I think I can make two more. Or shall we make, well, it's maybe a little bit, it's not enough for two, so I think I'm gonna just make one big fatty of the last bit of filling. Yes, let's, and I'll eat this one then. Like I said, I already had dinner, but I could sure have a little bit more. Not that I'm really hungry, but I can fit some more in there. That's what she said. Yes, one big fatty for me tonight. That's also what she said. So, we'll use this one for tonight. The rest is for tomorrow. Got a little crack over here in the pastry. Close that. Alright, so we'll use this one for tonight. The rest goes into the freezer. So not fridge, freezer. Because they're easier to fry, to deep fry, when they're frozen. So tomorrow, that's also a reason why I wanted to make them today. So I got frozen spring rolls tomorrow. So how many did we make? 2, 4, 6, 10, 11. Alright, 11 spring rolls. Put that in the freezer. I'll see you guys tomorrow. The spring roll family. Alright. So, as mentioned, I'm gonna wrap a slightly wet towel for that. Don't use too much water, otherwise the towel will freeze, of course, because you have to put it back in the fridge as well. And that's just to prevent that the pastry will dry out. Even though you put it back in the freezer, it will still dry out. And I think I'm gonna use these last couple of sheets later this week to maybe make something sweet or something. Make like Filo Pastry chips, but like sweet chips, like with icing sugar. It's really nice. Or make like little cups out of it where you can put ice cream in. I just like the variety of things you can do with Filo Pastry. Let's just put it that way. Alright, that goes into the freezer as well. And I'm all about giving tips tonight, guys. I think I'm on fire today. I don't fuck up the English like I normally do. Mic is not cutting out. We don't have to wait long until we get to the next step. Everything is going according to plan. Alright, so where are my cherry tomatoes? So same thing as with the spring rolls. I'm not going to use everything. But we want this dish to be fancy, you know? So, taking a scissors here, because I want to keep the crown of the cherry tomato. And let's use 1, 2, 3. I'll take 4. I'll take 4 cherry tomatoes. There you go. So the rest is for tomorrow as well. Like that. We'll be putting that in the oven in a bit. So we got this, we got that. Now, we got some spinach here. Let's cut up... no, we can do that while we make the other stuff. Let's see, chat here. I mean, you're playing with fire. Makes sense, right, Bubble? Alright, so now, right now, we're gonna go ahead and prepare the apple. And this is by far the most difficult part of this recipe. But it's not difficult if you just pay attention. Don't, like, if you're gonna start preparing this, don't, like, think like, okay, I'm gonna let that on the fire now, I'm gonna put it on low fire, and while I wait, I'll go up and get the laundry out of the dish, out of the washer machine, you know? Don't walk away from this. So I'm gonna move the camera to my cooking part. Let's see if I can reach this. me a sec here, guys. My cables are tangled up right now. I see the focus is kind of... Maybe there's too much light right now. A little bit. But look, if I turn off this light, it's kind of dark, you know? So it's because of the stuff I'm using, it reflects the light. But we're gonna fill up the pan anyway, so it won't be for long. So, heating up the pan. I got the butter over here. Gonna take about 30 grams of that. As you can see over here, I heated up the sunflower right at the start, so that's ready to go. We created our own frying pan there. I watched Godless too, and it's very good. I told you, Martin. I told you, man. It's a really good show. Did you watch it all the way through the end, or you're like halfway so far? I need 50 dates. That's going to take forever. Well, Bubble, I got I like your little word joke there. I got 8 over here if you want. 8 days. Dates. So this pit is maybe a little bit too big to make caramel, so I'm actually gonna switch it over to the little one over here. So we control the caramel better. So, got the sugar over here. Gonna add about 50 grams of that. I think, like, how do you know it's 50 grams? Well, after doing this work for 50 years, 50, I'm not that old, 15 years, you'll eventually know approximately how much what is. I see I need a little bit more butter here. This is one way to create caramel, but this is not the way to create caramel sauce. You do that differently, mostly with water or cream. I'm only gonna make the caramel inside the pan, so I can put these apples in after it started to caramelize. You got 1 episode to go. Martin, the last episode is the very best. I rewatched the last episode for like, I don't know how many times. 5. Of course, I'm not gonna spoil it, besides saying that it's the best episode. And I think with shows these days, that's kind of rare. I remember some shows where the last episode was kind of a disappointment. Like, really? I spent all these seasons watching this show to only see this horrible ending. That's not the case with Godless. I can tell you that right now. Some people might disagree who watched it, but I thought it was absolutely bonkers. So maybe while you make the caramel inside your pan, you can kind of shake it a little bit if you want. Don't like stir it with a spoon or anything, or mix it up. Just let the heat do its work. Because especially once it like really becomes caramel, if you gonna like sugar, if you heat that up and it starts to caramelize, it becomes really hot. You don't want to put your finger in there too if you just prepared it, you know. You get nasty burning wounds. If you go and take a spoon and stir it up, then because the spoon is cold, your caramel will, let's see, what's the word? Solidify. Solidify? Maybe Bubble can back me up if I say that correctly. Solidify. The actors are really good. Yes, they are. They are really good. So I'm gonna put the cherry tomatoes, I'm not gonna do anything with that, just like that, into the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. Make them warm, bake them a little bit. It's right, solidify, alright. Nailed it! Thanks, Bubble. And when it does that, when it solidifies, then you don't have one smooth mass of caramel. You have all like these hard little chunks inside of it. And if you don't notice it while you eat it, and you chew on it or whatever, you can seriously damage your teeth, you know? So just let it do its thing. What you can always do if you're like, oh shit, there's a lot of sugar on the side there and it's not heating up properly. If you still want to stir it, use a wooden spoon or whatever. Use wood. That's less cold, you know? Alright. Let's have a little bit of patience here with the caramel. So, I'll move the camera right now, because I'll show you when it starts to become caramel. So let's go back to the cutting board. Sorry for the motion, guys. Alright, there's my cutting board again. So I'm gonna, especially for you, Bubble, slice up the dates a little bit while we're at it. These dates are not that delicious. They're like really cheap ones. I think if you want to have really good quality dates, that can be really expensive. For this one I just went ahead and bought cheap ones. Also kind of do that to keep in mind that there are people that might want to try it out, but you know, I think budget meals are the most popular meals to prepare on stream. I mean, unless somebody that is watching who's like really into cooking is like, oh shit man, that's such a lovely technical dish, I'm gonna try that. Most people are just like, don't want to have too much work on their hand, and especially not spend too much money on it. So, I mean, of course they're less tasty than the real deal dates, but you'll save up a lot of money just getting the cheap ones. And if you make everything else work, all the other ingredients, then it's still delicious, you know? Just a little bit less delicious. Is that a spring roll getting warmed up by your laptop? Oh shit, good thing you said that. Yeah, I had to move my laptop a little bit more this way because the cable of the camera didn't reach the stove there. That's some true passion, Bubble, right? We don't need the egg anymore because we rolled up all the spring rolls, so we can put that away. Don't need that anymore, the lighter. So, spinach. It's getting closer to the end here. Already? Yes, already. Spinach. If you prefer it to be baked or stir-fried, you can always do that. I enjoy eating the spinach raw, especially this type of spinach, the baby ones, baby spinach. Make like a nice little blanket for your egg roll like that. It's quite enough. Don't eat too much of it raw because it, like spinach, contains a lot of iron. Sorry about that. Which isn't bad for you at all. You need iron too, but and I don't mean iron like this, like. But if you eat too much of it, your mouth kind of and your jaw kind of paralyzes, and that's not very pleasant. So dose it well. Okay, almost gonna switch back to the caramel. It's starting to get there. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of honey over that. So our plate is nearly ready to go. Yes, let's go back to the caramel, guys. So, switching around the camera back. Look away if you suffer from motion sickness. Here we go. So as you can, you guys maybe can't see it. Some of the sugar is kind of on the side of the pan. So I'm gonna help it a little bit, as mentioned, with the wooden spoon. Help it a little bit there. But don't, like, even though it's the wood, don't go stirring it like that. Just try to move the sugar back into the pan there. Again, I see that it needs a little bit more butter again. Not that much. So in total, I think I used about 40 grams of butter now instead of 30, as shown in the ingredients list on the right. Maybe you can help me out. Don't know how to say it in English. In Dutch, ik moet recepten hebben voor vloeibare voeding. Dus lekkere recepten die je kan blenden. Smoothies, denk. With fruit en yoghurt. Magere yoghurt. Bieten. Bieten zijn heel lekker om te drinken. Spinazie ook, trouwens. Komkommershakes. Of helemaal top. Sorry, I have to talk Dutch to Tankbuster for a second here. Of helemaal lekker. Gewoon een smoothie maken en dan ook gewoon met yoghurt en wat fruit. Maar dan koop je gewoon zo'n zak studentenhaver of havermout. En dan doe je dat er ook doorheen. Dat je een soort van, misschien ken je dat nog wel, Hero Goedemorgen flesjes. Alleen dan heb je het dan zonder de suiker. Weet je wel, die flesjes zit heel veel suiker in. Maar je kan dat er gewoon net zo lekker maken zonder suiker in je blender. Ik weet niet of je een blender hebt, maar als het echt gaat om groentes en zo, en niet fruit. Ja, wat ik zeg, rode bieten, spinazie, wortel. Dat zijn dingen heel lekker, die gewoon net zo lekker zijn om te drinken. Of vloeibaar te eten. Vooral rode bieten. Rode bieten, die zijn gewoon zoeter dan sommige snoepjes, weet je. Het gaat om mijn avondmaaltijden. Oh, vanwege je operatie natuurlijk. Nou, in ieder geval die dingen die ik net noemde. Maar ik ga wel eventjes... heb ik morgen tijd? Nou, misschien morgen niet. Zaterdag ook niet, want dan ga ik de voortuin doen. Ik weet nog niet precies, maar ik maak wel even... een mooi Word bestandje voor je. Ga ik wel voor je regelen. Ik weet alleen nog niet... ik denk zondag op zijn vroegste tijd voor. Maar denk gewoon aan zoete groentes, Bram. Zoete groentes. Wortel, bieten. Dat soort ongein. Guys, patience is key with the caramel. Let op de caramel. Ik sta er echt boven, Martijn. Ik sta er boven. Gonna kind of gently put it to the middle of the pan where it's warmer. Ga ik regelen voor je, Bram. Da 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 dum da dum. Where's the rest of the spinach? I got so many spinach left here. Let's put that back in the bag. Looks like we'll be eating more spinach later this week. They didn't have smaller bags. It's the waiting game, yes. But you can't like really force it. Like, you can't go around and think, okay, I'm gonna turn the heat higher, you know? You can't do that. You ruin up the process. And then you might go too quick and then your caramel is ruined and you gotta start over again. Because even if it's like slightly burnt, the sugar, you'll taste it. It's really bitter and it's disgusting. And then you have to start over again. You can blend everything. Only a sandwich peanut butter is gross. I got a feeling Tankbuster tried out a sandwich peanut butter smoothie once. So the butter in there serves two purposes. The sugar doesn't burn that fast as it would without, but also that in the end we'll have kind of like a sort of sauce. And if you're like, man, I want to try out this recipe myself, but I don't feel comfortable or I don't have the patience to create the caramel, I'm sure you can like buy pre-made caramel. But then you still gotta like warm it up because you want the apple to be caramelized, you know? You can't just take a package of caramel and just drain the apple in it. The apple needs to be baked a little bit as well, so the apple becomes soft, you know? When was the jaw surgery again, Tank? March, right? Dubbing 1, week 9 of season 3 and is now the Chicken Whisperer! So, gently, not trying to stir it all too much. Just trying to keep it in the middle a little bit. Because I don't... Is it visible on camera? You might see, like over here, we nearly got perfect caramel. But here in the middle, we still got like sugar that's not like completely caramelized yet. So gently trying to kind of help out the sugar here. Without like cooling it down all too much with the wooden spoon. But it's starting to look like the way it should. Just treat your caramel like you would treat a lady. Unless you like rough stuff, of course. Then the caramel is not for you. Treat it like a lady. Some cooking is like just cut it up and put it in a pan and bake it and like stir-fried vegetables, like. But other stuff like this, you gotta have patience and treat your products well. Nearly there, guys. Let's have a look at the tomatoes real quick. No, still looking good. Can you use fudge? No, fudge is like really strong in texture. I don't think if you put that in a pan... Well, maybe you do. There's a lot of butter in there. I don't know. I can't answer that, Tank, because I never baked or heated up fudge before. But in fudge there's a lot of butter, so you would think if you heat that up in a pan it starts melting. Caramelized carrots, yes, that's lovely too. I used to eat that a lot. Didn't I do that on a cooking show once? No, I didn't. So nearly all the sugar. I got a little bit left here in the middle. It's caramelized. Beautiful. All right. So, once I put the apple into the caramel, it will solidify again. Solidify, I mean, because the apple is cold. But don't worry. If you put it in and it starts to solidify, just leave it there on low fire. Maybe stir it around gently, and eventually the butter will melt again, and then you got nice caramelized apple. Right, so I'm not gonna throw it in there like a madman. I'm gonna gently put the apple into the caramel like that. Oh, there was one slice of apple that was really eager to get in there, so he jumped out of the bowl. He's like, "Ooh, I like that caramel, give it to me." Don't think I'll be able to fit all the apple in there. Mind your fingers though, guys. Caramelized sugar is really hot. Maybe put it a little bit on the side here. Ooh. See what I mean? Nearly burnt myself there. But I can pack a punch when it comes to heat. I used to grab stuff out of the deep fryer with my bare hands sometimes. Alright. Let's check the chat again. Still, don't walk away from this. Keep an eye out on it. But you have to, it's like the hardest part is done. Right now we're just like caramelizing it. I'm actually wanna try that out with the fudge, Tankbuster. It's a nice. It would be a good, like, you know, those life hacks, right? Just like I shown with the kitchen towel and the Filo Pastry, putting it back in the freezer. If you can melt fudge in a pan and use that for the apple, then you got yourself a nice life hack over there. Ooh la 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 la. So the caramel hasn't solidified all that much from the apple, so that's good. However, I think it's good. I was about to say I'm going to have to add more butter, but it's good. I'm trying to flip it around here a bit. Put the outer slices in the middle a bit. Put the middle slices back to the outer side. Toss it. It's kind of hard with the wooden spoon. And there are a lot of smells I can come up with that are delicious to smell. But you also have like a top 10 or top 5, if you will. Like for me, really high up the leaderboard is like the smell of freshly baked bread or French croissants. Just the smell of it. But also, one thing I really enjoy smelling is baked apple, or in this particular case, caramelized apple. The smell is so delicious. So over here I got, see, it's completely solidified, and it should be like resolving now again. Pardon me. But it doesn't seem that's happening. So that means it needs a little bit more butter. More butter? Yes, more butter. God damn it, Jamona. And we thought that this was a healthy dish. Well, it is if you leave out the caramel. I have to grab a drink. I got a sore throat. Let's see. I got some homemade lemonade. So right now I'm gonna go ahead, start stirring it up. It doesn't really matter now anymore. Look, I got one massive chunk over here. But there's enough butter in it right now, and the sugar is caramelized. So now you can just easily stir it without ruining the process. And what I will do is, I'm going to take out the apple carefully, and then leave all the leftovers of the caramel inside the pan, and then will become liquid again, all those chunks. Oh, the smell. Just look at how nice and golden brown these apples are becoming here. Oh, such a delicious way to prepare your apple. Alright, so this is nearly done, so welcome back, Cup God. It's time. I'm gonna put the homemade deep frying pan on the front fire here. So you guys can see it a little bit better. So right now it's still on the back fire. There you go. Welcome back, Ethan. So we're gonna prepare one spring roll, and we're gonna, since this one isn't frozen, we're gonna stir fry this. Oh, not stir fry. We're gonna deep fry this for about 5 minutes max. If it's frozen, if you use the frozen ones, like deep fry it for 3 more minutes, like 8 minutes, and then you should be good. Doesn't feel that hot, the oil. Oh, there you go. Turning up the heat a little bit of the homemade frying pan. The sunflower oil wasn't warm enough. Oh, look at those apples, guys. Holy shit. You can't eat these right away. You'll burn your mouth, definitely, and your lips and all your organs inside. So we're gonna go ahead and take these apples out. It's alright to use a spoon now, like a regular spoon, to do that. This music is getting me pumped for some party. The fire is still on of the caramel over here, guys. So I didn't turn it up, it's still on. Because I got some big chunks of solidified sugar here. Look, over here. See? So I'm gonna keep the fire on to melt that again. But it doesn't really do that when the apple is still inside the pan. Maybe it won't completely resolve again, but we'll do our best here. That's gold brown caramelized apple. I'm gonna put it on a bowl because I don't want to mess up my kitchen working space here. Let's put that on the side for a second. Alright, we're nearly done, guys. We're almost there. Everything went nice and smooth, I must say. How long are we live right now? Let's see. 1.5 hours. Well, we did a lot of talking. So I'm trying to resolve this solidified sugar a bit again. Let's help this spring roll a little bit. Look at that. I know this song. This is a good song coming up right now. Fire! Nice drum and bass, I think. Yeah. All right. I turned up this fire over here. There's enough butter in there to prevent the sugar from burning. All right. It's time to take out tomatoes as well. I think they're done. Yes, they are. Just briefly baked for about 50 minutes, maybe a little bit longer. Nice. Decoration time, guys. Let's turn off the oven here. Once again, if you don't want to use up your energy or gas or electricity, whatever your oven runs on, you can just bake the tomatoes in a pan or just eat them like they are. Don't heat them up or anything. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna turn on my oven just for a couple of tomatoes, you know. Alright. I'm gonna switch back the camera to the plate. Let's do it. Oh, it's dubstep, my bad. I'm a blues and rock and roll kind of guy. So laptop a little bit to the side here, out of reach of the camera. Alright. Come on, camera, work with me. So we still had the plate with spinach and honey. So I'm preparing this plate as a sort of a starter size, but you can also make it bigger and add up amounts and have it as a main course. Spring roll filled with goat cheese and walnuts and spinach. I got the cherry tomatoes here. Some extra walnuts. And we just made those lovely caramelized apples. And some dates for bubble. Especially for you, Bubble. And that's it. Spring roll filled with goat cheese, spinach and walnuts on a little bed of fresh spinach draped in honey with oven baked cherry tomatoes, some extra walnuts, dates and caramelized apple. Let's have a look around on this dish. Let's move the camera around it a little bit. We need to see this from all angles. It's beautiful. Nice veggie dish. Goat cheese. Now it's time to dig in. Let's dig in. Oh, got wild hair today. So I need like a fork and knife. Let's put this in the dishwasher. Of course, I took my time creating this, so. But if you just do this like off stream and just continue cooking in one go, you can do this a whole lot faster than in 1.5 hours, of course. Let's see if we can get a good angle on the plate and on me stuffing my face. I got wild hair. I didn't put anything in it, to say the least. No, that's a lot of lightning behind me. Oh, that will become too dark. Never mind. We'll just go back here, like this. And I'll just sit down instead. Oi, oi, oi. Smells good, guys. Let's grab a fork. Knife. Oh, dang. Where's my face? A little bit backwards. I don't know. I'm still figuring out these camera angles in this new kitchen, guys. I have to sit like low, like this. Like, as you can see over here, I don't have a straight lined kitchen. There's like a diagonal part in it, see? Which makes it harder for me to kind of get the right angles. You like it, Barb? It isn't vegan, but it is vegetarian. Straight is boring, but it sure is more practical. Let's dig in. Oh, I thought you were a vegan. My bad. I thought you only ate non-animal products. Well, then you can have this for sure. Goat cheese. Ooh, hot. See my face, guys. Oh, I understand now. It's your girlfriend who's a vegan. Well, the good thing with spring rolls, Barb, you can just make like, I don't know, you make like 8 spring rolls, make 4 of them vegan, and the other 4 do what you like. No? I mean, it's easy to like switch up the fillings, you know? I'm gonna take a little bit of the apple, and a little bit of the date, a little bit of the spring roll, and a little bit of the spinach with honey. Oh. It's kind of hard to eat with a mic in your face. The headset, alright, but the mic kind of blocks it, you know? The apple? Oh. I can see myself eating the leftovers of the apple along with some ice cream or something. Delicious. Oh, by the way, I totally forgot something. Remember the caramel? Which isn't liquid now anymore, unfortunately. A little bit extra. A little bit of extra sweet, guys. Walnuts. It's so delicious. It makes me forget I'm live. I can just like, oh shit, that's right, I'm live. But it's so delicious, you totally forget everything. Your mind is only busy with processing the information it's getting. And it's good information. It is nice. Become a diabetic? Well, this is nothing compared to the recipe we did last time when we met, Barb. With the dough I made. With nearly a kilo of butter in it. I don't know if it's not really clear. I'm just gonna eat it like this. Goat cheese is really good. I'm glad I decided to buy the The real goat cheese, so not those pre-packed factory goat cheese thingies. Like proper cheese. Delicious. And tomorrow, I'm gonna eat it again. Let's go. Yeah, that was crazy, right? Layer after layer. Butter. Fold. Butter. Roll. Roll more butter. And if you make croissants, those French croissants, it's kind of a similar process as preparing that dough, as I did with the milfeu, but even more butter. That's why croissants are so delicious, because there's so much goddamn butter in there. Look how cute these tomatoes are, oven baked. They got that little crown. I just like to do it like this, you know. Grab them by the crown. Yummy! Can't eat the crown, of course. I'm gonna save that. It's last. Yummy, yummy, yummy! So Tankbuster, is Tankbuster still here? Tank! Maybe he already started playing Rocket League. Tankbuster. Oh no, wait, he was he's doing his cigar. He usually like smoke these big fatties. So that might take a while. Oh, there he is. Yeah, if you're still down for some Rocket League games after I finish up cleaning here, which won't take long. I don't have a lot of dirty stuff laying around. Shit, you're cleaning your home? How about you drop by over here and also go to Barb's house and clean our houses as well? Would be nice. I mean, share some of your cleaning skills with us. Think. Sharing is caring. I'll give you a spring roll. You're asking me or Tankbuster, Barb? Depends on what kind of dirtiness you refer to, Barb. When it comes to cleaning the house, for an average man's standard, I'm really clean. I always, well, not always, but what I get a lot from visitors who visit my home, they're like, "Oh, you cleaned up the whole place for our visit." But that's just how, even if there wouldn't be visitors, it's always clean. Especially, hold on, I need to clear my mouth. I'm getting all kind of messages. I'll check it out in a bit. It's too much to read now. I don't have, but after my surgery Can't clean my house. Can't you? Is there not somebody who can help you with that, Tank? Mm. Like a friend or, I don't know, family. Just for those 4 weeks, you know? Dubbing, did you finish your installation on Rocket League by any chance? Maybe you can join too in a bit. Stand up again. Yes, perfect. Oh man, that was good. Little late night snack at the chicken farm. Some goat cheese spring rolls. Delicious. You ran out of space? Dubbing, you fuck. It's not a big game. Guess we'll be playing without dubbing, Tank. I just buy cleaning bots to do the cleaning for me. I'm quite lazy for that. I always have to push myself on doing so, even though I just mentioned like my house is always clean. I always have to push myself to start doing it, but once I've started doing it, I'm unstoppable. It's like when I plan, like, okay, I'm gonna vacuum clean the living room, for example. Just the living room. It takes a while before I start doing it. Like, I'm kind of extending the time where I start, when I start doing it. But once I've started vacuum cleaning living room, I do the living room, but then I get into a certain flow and I also do the stairs and the stairs to the attic and all the bedrooms. I got 5. Ooh, I feel so blessed with the new house. 5 bedrooms, guys. 5 bedrooms. I'll just go and do everything, you know. I get into a certain flow, and then before I know it, it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon or even later. You think you still got it on laptop? Oh, nice. Go check it out, because it's crossplay. I do like a fresh start. I understand, Tank Buster. Especially knowing that when you get home from surgery, your house is clean. Like, kind of the same thing you'll do before you go on vacation. Vacation? What's vacation? Everybody's like, vacation? What's that supposed to mean? I don't know what vacation is. Oh wait, that's what we used to do, like back in the days, like when we didn't have a pandemic going on. Oh yeah, that's right, vacation. But anyway, like what you used to do before you go on vacation, you clean all your entire house. So once you get back from vacation, you know, you get home in a clean place, you know, minus all the dust that's like collecting in the meantime, but the most part it's clean, you know. last time you went on a vacation, you left some chicken in the fridge. I bet your whole house was like really smelly when you opened the door when you got home. That sounds horrible. Let's see. While we talk a little bit, who's live? We can go to Outsiders. What's that? Is that a new game or something? Outsiders. Let's rate Frankie. I know he doesn't like getting shouted out or getting rated and such, but that's exactly the reason why I keep doing it. just to pull his leg, you know. Let's rate the professor, shall we? So let me set up the rate here. Professor Frankie G. Got that ready, set to go. I really enjoyed myself tonight. Such a gorgeous plate, such a gorgeous recipe. Little bit tricky on the caramel if you're gonna do that yourself, but at least you guys seen how to do it properly and in a safe way too. The spring rolls, gonna eat that again tomorrow. You just gotta know how to fold and roll it, and once you know that, then anybody can make that. You can choose your own filling. I like. It's just a really nice, versatile thing you can make. Yeah, I liked it. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. We're gonna go ahead and rate the professor. Cheeks beware of the clapping. The professor steps into the room. You should really keep enjoying yourself. I will, Barb. You too, Barb. I hope you're still having fun slaying some zombies with your girlfriend. Yes, we always end the same way over here, guys. Could not rate this channel? Well, that's not how we always end. Oh, he changed it. I think because I rated him a couple of times in the past and he said like, no, don't rate me, don't shout me out either. I think he like prevented his channel to be rated. Oh, invalid name, hold on. Rate as Professor Frankie G. Cannot rate this channel. Frankie, you fuck. I'm gonna slap him around next time I'll talk to him. You can set like in your channel settings, you can set that your channel can't be rated if you don't want it. That's exactly what he did. Alright. I know what to do then. Let's go to Comrade Kemi. You know Kemi, he kills grizzly bear with bare hands like Comrade Putin does. He is very good at it. Let's say hello to the comrade, maybe drink some vodka with him, you know. It's very good. Yeah, back to the expression, to the saying, guys. I thank you all for hanging out tonight. Take care, be safe, and most of all, always stay chicken, guys. You gotta stay chicken. Let's rate Mr. Kemi Killa instead. He's playing, as it seems, Call of Duty. Call of Booty. Is it TTV or just TV? Let's see. I always mess up the rates. It's TTV. Right. Rate at Kemi Killa. TTV. Later Barb, later Tank, later Cupcart, later Dubbing. Let me know about dubbing. Let me know if you still got the game on your laptop. Would be nice. Alright, without further ado, stay chicken, guys. It's Kemi time. Laters.